Hey, what's up guys? Tom here, and as you can tell, I'm in my car. I am in the middle of my work day. It's my lunch break, and I am on a mission to find food for my boss and I. We're just swamped, obviously. There's a lot going on in our field, in our company right now. A lot of new protocols, a lot of concern, a lot of urgency, and a lot of anxiety. And now, of course, as we've likely all heard, restaurants are closing down. So I am on the important, vital task of finding us both something to eat. I was thinking about a lot of the anxiety that we're feeling these days, and there's a lot of worry, a lot of concern, and frankly, it's not being helped by a lot of people who are, I guess, just not satisfied with the answers being given to us by people in positions of authority. And I'm not just talking about like politicians. I'm talking about the CDC, the Department of Health, medical professionals of all different stripes. I'm reading a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of this is all about attempting to take our rights away. This is a power play to stop the election. This is the Russians meddling with American political system. And frankly, it's just getting ridiculous. And honestly, I've been really reflecting on how should Christians in particular, because of course that's what I am, and I lead a church full of Christians, how should Christians be responding to these claims, and how should we be acting in the midst of what medical professionals of all stripes are telling us is a very concerning situation? And I keep coming back to, there's some famous passages, but one in particular, which it comes from the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs talks a lot about wisdom. Of course, it is a book of wisdom. It is full of wise statements in particular. That's what it's known for. And Proverbs chapter 4, beginning in verse 6 says, "Do not forsake wisdom, and she will protect you. Love her, and she will watch over you. Wisdom is supreme, therefore get wisdom." Look, I'll be the first to tell you, I am not a medical expert. I do not understand how viruses work. I do not understand how pandemics explode around the world. I've seen the same graphics you've all seen. I've listened to the same reports that you've all listened to. I've probably read many of the same tweets that you've read. I get it. There's a lot of things to cover. But there's a lot of experts all seemingly consistently saying the same thing. There's reason for concern. There's reason to start these types of protocols, these emergency protocols, quarantining ourselves, protecting the most vulnerable. And let's just keep in mind that this is not about really me or you. If you are under the age of, I'd say, 55, if that's you and you're relatively healthy, this isn't really about you. If you catch this thing, if I catch this thing, we're going to be just fine, honestly. It seems, from every report I've read, it seems like it feels like a bad cold for those of us who are relatively healthy. But for those who aren't, trying to stop the spread of this thing is all about them. It's all about others. It's all about those who will ultimately be the most in need if this thing continues to spread. So I lean on the side of wisdom here. And wisdom comes from people who are far more educated, far more experienced than me to deal with this issue. And I encourage you, those who are listening to this, members of the Hills Church family, all of us, I encourage you to lean on that same wisdom. That's my encouragement for you today. Lean on that wisdom. Scripture attests to our command to lean on wisdom. Their wisdom, the wisdom of those who know what they're talking about. As a believer, as a Christian, as a follower of Jesus, it's my conviction we should follow those who are much wiser than we are. So I encourage you to do that and be thinking the same. Be well, stay safe, stay healthy. If you need anything, of course, always reach out to me. I'm always available to you 24 hours a day. God bless.